Hello, my name's Jordan Leahy. I'm a healthcare technologist.
My name's Tristan Allen-Thomas. I'm an administrative coordinator at Mount Sinai West.
And I'm Caroline Eden. I'm a fourth-year medical student here at Sinai. And today we're going to present SignForce to you. So SignForce allows for hospitals to credential providers in weeks instead of months. So what we're really talking about today is the providers and provider burnout. So we all know this is a huge issue for medical students, for residents, and for providers later on. So it's been cited in one Medscape article that the top 3 causes of burnout are too many bureaucratic tasks, spending too many hours at work, and the increasing computerization of practice. So this leads to a 15% provider turnover, which in large part we think is due to physician burnout. And we really don't want a Band-Aid solution, we want an upstream solution. So what are the key issues? Firstly, it takes too long to replace providers who have left. So this means that the current providers in the practice are absorbing the patients from the providers who have left. This means longer work days, fatigue, and burnout for the providers who are remaining in the practice. So one typical example is at Mount Sinai FPA, for example. In a 20 physician study, if about 3 drop out, which is a 15% attrition average, we've shown that this will bring in a large amount of revenue for the hospital using SignForce. However, more importantly, we want to look at the doctor impact. And using the SignForce model, it'll save the remaining doctors in the practice 1.3 hours a day, which translates into 28 saved days a year and 2.7 years over the course of a doctor's career.
So my job starts the second that a doctor tenders his resignation. He says that I'm going to be leaving you. Sometimes they'll give about 2 months. And then I get to work on requisitioning and getting the capabilities to be able to hire a new doctor. The interviews start, we find ourselves a new candidate, and we say, great, we love you, you're hired. And now here's where SignForce comes in. Because from the time I say, oh, you want me to reach out to this doctor and tell him he's hired, and the time that he's actually sitting and practicing as a billing physician, oftentimes takes between 5 and 6 months here. And that's all credentialing and nothing else. And the things that confound that process: lost documents, incomplete health records, payer credentialing. If you're not billing, you're kind of a sitting duck here in the hospital system, so we need you billing. Relocation complexities. A lot of our doctors are not from here. They're international, or they're just from somewhere else in the United States. And even something as simple as an expired driver's license or not having your addresses match. Every time one of these confounding factors hits and you miss one of our monthly credentialing meetings, that sets your hiring date back a full month. And if you're cross-credentialing across both sides of the system, BISLW and MSHS, that's double that. So here's where SignForce would come in. They would work to get verified documents to us in a single box, on time, every time. Make sure that when the in-person part takes place, that what we receive is 100% on time and accurate, and then provide concierge support services to work in concert with all of the moving parts of this process to make sure that they're all getting what needs to be done.
And the most important thing is we work with the physicians to create a 30 to 60-day plan. If they can get their documents completed to us, we'll give them a $5,000 bonus. So we have a business model. It's shared risk. If we can help you make money, we make money. So right now, if you incorporated SignForce at Mount Sinai, potentially $500 million in revenue. Most importantly, you could give your employees over 257,000 hours to spend with their family, take a break, rest. So what would happen? What are our next steps? Well, close 50K would take about 3 months. Software development would take about 4 months. We would like to do a 6-month pilot with Mount Sinai starting next June, and then conclude from there if this is a scalable, commercial idea. Again, why now? Hospital M&A, huge. Clinics being bought by hospitals, huge. Solo practitioners joining hospitals, huge. And our team. This is what Tristan does every single day. She knows this product better than anyone else.
I'm a doctor, and I see that there's common problems of fatigue and burnout.
And I run a healthcare technology company. The companies we work have raised millions of dollars. Pure technology is not the solution. You need thoughtful design, user experience, human support function, and domain expertise to solve the problem. Thank you.
On behalf of Mount Sinai, first, I must congratulate you on addressing such a big problem.
Thank you.
I have personally been victim of this problem 4 years ago, caused a lot of pain and fatigue. And 5 months ago, I was again a victim when I has to be credentialed to the Mount Sinai West. So this is a big issue. I think I like the fact that how you were saying you're going to share the burden or share the benefits. I think that's a very good business model. And as a self-service, I haven't seen that model. What's your barrier to entry here?
There are other people that kind of do part of this. CAQH is kind of a repository, and Telesoft purports to do this, and it's a service that a lot of people use. But, you know, sort of the way that Mark Zuckerberg and the social network said if they invented Facebook, they would have invented Facebook. If Telesoft was doing this better, it would be getting done better. So we just think that we have a better solution, and the whole entire market is moving toward concierge services, and that's what they're missing. They're missing that constant human touch over and over and over again. We know that that brings better patient outcomes with provider contact. Why wouldn't it bring better HR outcomes?
And I think our competitive advantage is Tristan. Like, she's here today. This is like the truth. She's the product manager who sees a gap that no one else has seen.
I mean, how many administrators are in this space? Ultimately, I work for you guys.
Have you developed a prototype? Just last question. I like the problem and the challenge. Have you developed something in 48 hours?
So no, I went to an healthcare entrepreneurship meeting 2 weeks ago looking for a healthcare technologist because I have no knowledge in this space, and I found Jordan, literally, like, just standing there.
Like, you follow a methodology. So what you start to go through first is the user stories, and you identify, and you can respect this, Ashish, you identify the most important pain point, begin your mock-ups, and test that quickly. Because if you do all that work in terms of development and find out your users don't like it, you've wasted a lot of time and a lot of money.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.